Afton Bain came out, and she posted it on Instagram, and I can't figure out how to get this, and see if you can get it up on your computer, if you would, Sam. But Afton Bain was talking about how the TVA, there are Republicans in the state and at the federal level who want to privatize the TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority. And so one of the things that she said was, you've got to watch out for these Republicans because they're going to give the breaks for millionaires and billionaires. It's all the usual like stuff that they always say, people on the left. Do you know what's interesting, though? Did you know this? And I'm trying to get somebody there's very few experts on the TVA. I'm certainly not one of them. But one of the things first of all, we know that the TVA, remember what the whole thing with John Rich, where they were trying to abscond with some poor widow's land? Do you remember that whole thing? I mean, we covered that extensively here on Nashville's Morning News and yours truly.
Pretty amazing story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, John Rich did such a great job of drawing attention to that. So Afton Bain is now warning that the Republicans in the state of Tennessee and at the federal level want to privatize the TVA. And she says this is going to lead to all kinds of corruption, higher energy prices, all of that. But you know what's weird? Is that if you grok, and I'm going to do it again, have there been any, because she's, demonizing Republicans for it, have there been any Democrats who have talked about privatizing the TVA? You know what comes up? Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Both of them talked about privatizing the TVA. So this is not a unique conversation strictly to Republicans in current day. Obama and Bill Clinton both had the same conversations. But can I just tell you, I'm not sure why she's even talking about this. I mean, I do understand that it is something that is important to our state and other states as well. Tennessee Valley Authority is a huge thing. But this is not a congressional issue. Like, she's running for the 7th. This is not a congressional issue. This is what happens basically is you have the president, and what he does is he nominates people to the TVA board, and then ultimately, from what I can tell, the TVA board decides whether or not they are to be privatized or not. Right now, the TVA is a public entity, and I mean, by any easy anything Googling, you Google it, and there's been all kinds of issues with the TVA. And there's some corruption. There's a lot of mismanagement. There's a lot of board, last time I checked anyway, there's a lot of board seats that remain vacant. And so President Trump has been trying to get some board members, because Trump is for, it would appear, privatizing the TVA. As a matter of fact, they talked about, I read there's one article about how Senator Bill Hagerty was in line to be the new head of the TVA. So whether you privatize the TVA, whether you don't privatize the TVA, the question is, do you think the TVA will be run better if it was privatized? And most people would say, if you're conservative, you know that the federal government running anything is going to be a train wreck. And there's a lot of people that would say that some of the things that the TVA has done has been rather train wreckery. And so now for the president, he wants to apparently privatize the TVA. They've talked about it. But again, as Afton Bain is trying to sound the alarm that this is going to be a giveaway to the millionaires and the billionaires, it is so predictable. Like, can they not get another narrative besides just it'll be, great for the millionaires and billionaires? Because there's a lot of people that the TVA has been trying to screw over. We've seen over the past year by absconding with their property. And there's, here's the deal is we need to do whatever we can. And for the TVA, and I've had interviews on this, what we need to focus on is nuclear power in this country. That is in this state and in this country, in my ever so humble opinion. So if by privatizing the TVA, we can move towards, more nuclear power, I think that would be great. Did you find the audio of Afton Bain? Are you able to play it off of Instagram?
I can't play it off the air, but it's a nothing burger. She's just saying, vote for the candidate that will keep your utility bills low. And if you go to the Instagram page, Afton Bain for TN, it just says, running for Congress in Tennessee 7 special election to feed kids, fix roads, and fund hospitals.
Do you remember I made fun of that? Was it on TN? I don't know where I was, but I was making fun of that tagline. Again, do it again. Feed kids.
Special election to feed kids, fix roads, and fund hospitals, which I just want to point out, you also were co-author or assisted in a lawsuit to help kill kids and help kids have abortions.
That was part of what her path to power, if you will. So I don't know. Feed kids, parents' responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, she just calls Van Epps a puppet. Her talking points are, I'll release the Epstein files, I'll lower your utility costs, and Van Epps is a puppet of D.C.
Can I ask this question, though? Like, did she say anything like lowering energy prices when Joe Biden was the president and crap was really expensive? Can you see if she said anything? I'm being facetious. Can you see if she said anything when Joe Biden was the president and we had inflation way up over 9%? And stuff was really expensive. Did she say anything about that then? Did she say anything about feeding kids at that point?
I don't have the time to scroll through the narcissistic ramblings of this chick. It's vote for me to release the Epstein files. A day in the life of a congressional candidate.
Oh, whatever.
She's so out of touch.
Anyway, whatever. Listen, she's going to say what she's going to say. But I thought it was funny how she's calling for the privatization of the TVA and saying, oh, my God, the Republicans are going to do this. And both Clinton and Obama have made the same suggestions over the years. The TVA has been around forever. So, I mean, I'm trying to set up an interview with somebody who knows a lot about the TVA because I don't. But, I mean, again, because we covered it, you Google corruption or mismanagement of the TVA, and stuff comes up. I'm just going to say it is 8:14 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Our Daily Dan poll, real quick, is basically, are you on the side of MTG or DJT? Donald J. Trump versus Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We're up to 80-20 in favor of the president.
Wow, we now have an 80-20 issue within the Republican Party. All right, very good. She is all over the place. Do you know what is it wrong? I get very suspicious and cynical when I see somebody getting all kinds of media attention when they're trying to go like counter to what Trump is in office, right? So Trump is in office and he came out and he said, okay, let's go ahead and release the Epstein files. Just get it over with. That is literally what he's been saying. But I'm just a little suspicious when she's on Bill Maher. She's on all of these different shows on any given Sunday. And she is right now the darling, and Joan knows how this works. She's the darling of the Democrats because she, as a Republican, is coming out and saying things contrary to Donald Trump. And so I think that, you have, and we've talked about this off and on throughout the morning, you now have a splinter. CNN was talking about this earlier. Between MAGA and America First. And so now you've got this splinter organization, if you will, of America First. What does America First stand for? Not necessarily all in on Israel. Release the Epstein files. No 600,000 Chinese students and no need to import talent. All of that, or some of that, is, of course, indicative of that train wreck of an interview that Donald Trump had with Laura Ingraham. Donald Trump remains pro-Israel. I think there's a lot of people within the MAGA movement that are mixed on the Epstein files. I am all for release the files, release them responsibly, and do it as soon as possible because the left is using this as a bludgeon against conservatives and Trump supporters. Donald Trump, obviously, famously or infamously, yes to 600,000 Chinese students coming into our country. And Donald Trump saying we need to import talent from other countries like India. So there's a lot of disagreement going on regarding the MAGA movement versus the America First movement. And we now officially on Nashville's Morning News have an 80-20. 80% still supportive. Do you know what I think is going on? I think 80% of the people are supportive of Donald Trump, even if they have some misgivings about some of his policies. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I support Trump, but I'm not with him on the 600,000 Chinese students. I'm not with him necessarily on the America needs to import talent, but I understand what the president is saying, that here in America in 2025, there may be, and I haven't done a deep dive on this, but the president said there may be some times when we do have to bring in foreign talent. And I used the example of the medical community, where you've got a lot of these medical professionals that come in from India. And okay, so if you've got 100 positions, you've got 80 Americans to fill 100 of the positions, then you have 80 Americans, you hire 20 Indians, and then you figure out a way to plug the holes with Americans. You try to train more Americans to do those jobs. You do whatever you can to get Americans qualified to do those jobs that are right now being plugged up by Indians, that are being taken by Indians. That's what you do. Now, you're still going to have the corporations that are going to be utilizing those loopholes so that they can bring in people cheaper, which is frustrating as all get out. And that is something that does need to be addressed. Marjorie Taylor Greene, by the way, I keep talking about how she was all over the place this weekend. I'm calling it a MAGA civil war. And President Trump basically came out and he said that he withdraws any support that he's had of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and that he would very much support anyone who wanted to primary against her. And so that's what the president's doing now. That is his official commentary on Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is part of what he said outside of Air Force One.
Fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of
You talk about Epstein.
The Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
I mean, I believe that is true. Look, we've been saying this for how long now? In a lengthy Truth Social post, Donald Trump emphasizing his wins, which is really smart. He says, all I do care about is that the Republicans get back on point, which is the economy, affordability, where the president says we are winning big. Our victory on reducing inflation from the highest level in history to practically nothing, bringing down prices for the American people, delivering historic tax cuts, gaining trillions of dollars of investment into America, a record, the rebuilding of our military, securing our border, deporting criminal illegal aliens, ending men in women's sports, stopping transgender for everyone, and so much more. And folks, that's only been 10 months. I don't know what he means by stopping transgender for everyone. I don't actually know what he means by that. I really don't care what an over 18 does as long as they're not involved in women's sports or women's locker rooms, right? I mean, if you're a guy and you want to put on a dress and pretend and whatever you want to do, knock yourselves out, leave the children out of it. That's the whole point. Leave the children out and stay the hell out of locker rooms and women's sports. The president also saying nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, and if the Democrats had anything, they would have released it before our landslide victory, and he's absolutely right. He says, here's the deal. Don't fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually, he says, a curse on the Democrats, not us. Make America great again. And I love that message. And he has said before, I don't know how many different ways the president can say it. Release the Epstein files. That's all you got to do. Release them responsibly. This is a no-brainer. Every time they try to get him with a new batch of emails or documents or whatever it is, it does end up being positive for President Trump. Remember, and we talked about this earlier, the emails last week provided several things, proved several things. It was Epstein emailing a New York Times reporter about how he wanted to team up with them to try to take down the president. So even Jeffrey Epstein, who was trying to take down the president, ultimately didn't ever really say anything that Donald Trump was doing anything untoward with those girls. It was honestly nothing but a bunch of innuendo. That's what I said. It was a bunch of innuendo.
Well, and then apparently Washington Post broke it first, surprisingly enough. Epstein was texting with Representative Stacey Plaskett during the 2019 congressional hearing to ruin Trump's reputation.
Yeah, exactly. Plaskett, we talked about that earlier. Plaskett was getting ready to question Michael Cohen in a congressional hearing. And so Cohen is getting ready to take the stand. And you've got this Plaskett apparently asking questions or going back and forth with Epstein. Okay, how can I tee up Michael Cohen and ask him these questions so that he can hit it out of the park in demonizing Donald Trump? That's what was going on. So you had Congresswoman Plaskett, you had Jeffrey, who, by the way, Epstein at the time, everybody knew that he was, I don't think he was actually convicted yet. I can't remember if he was actually convicted, but everybody knew dude was a predator. And now you have the Democrats, they'll do anything just to take down Donald Trump, including go back and forth with somebody who is a predator, a child predator. It's amazing.
It's just absolutely nuts. The conversation. Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of the secrets Epstein texted, misspelling Graf's first name. Yep. Rona responded, Plaskett, a non-voting delegate represents the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay.
Yeah, non-voting.
Quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym? Like the coordination effort. When people wanted to, Trump said it was a hoax. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, I get why he would say that now. Makes perfect sense.
Well, yes, not only that, but, okay, so why does this congresswoman, why does she not do her homework? How did she not know who it was? And Rona was one of Trump's administrative assistants or something like that. So anyway, just when you talk about the deep state and how they were going after Donald Trump and the coordination between Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Cohen and this congresswoman, here's the thing. They did all that. They still had nothing on Donald Trump. 8:38, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Time for the crisscross handoff. Joan Jones is back. Did you see Joan?
I was going to open with, let me be the first to say how nice it is to have Joan Jones back on the morning show.
You guys are sweet.
Why? Well, you weren't the first. I said it was great to have Joan back as well.
Well, I saw her at church yesterday, and I said, "You're back tomorrow, right?"
I sent her a text on Saturday, so bite me.
I sent her a text during one of Sam's newscasts on Friday.
Man, this has gotten really ugly.
That's not nice.
Sam, he's just being quiet.
Yeah.
Getting angrier.
His face is going to start getting red. Okay, so we had a bit of a thing that we're trying to do.
Yes.
Right? So when I do the weather, I need landmarks, right? So in Nashville, we have the naked statues.
True. In
Mount Juliet, we've got Stumpy the Clock Tower.
Yep, I've heard of Stumpy.
Yep. There's no little blue pill for Stumpy.
Oh my gosh.
What? And so I need a landmark for Murfreesboro. And so people were talking about this big trash landfill thing.
Mount Trashmore.
Mount Trashmore.
I think that's the perfect landmark.
Mount Trashmore?
However, I would like to throw an audible into this plan.
Okay.
I think that you need more Mandis-type landmarks.
Really?
So what I would suggest is that you just do the different In-N-Out locations.
Really?
Oh,
In-N-Out in In-N-Out in Lebanon, or Mount Juliet, In-N-Out in Antioch, In-N-Out in Murfreesboro. I think you just stick with the same landmark in different cities.
I could do that.
You want them to pay for that.
Thank you, Joan. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I know that. Yeah. I know, Chris, that you're young and impressionable. You haven't been in radio as long as me.
Okay.
But I think that the fine people in the sales department would have my head if I gave that kind of advertising.
You're just going to give Mount Trashmore all the free mentions?
Yeah, actually, because it's got a great ring to it.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a landfill advertising on Nashville's Morning News, although it might, be honest, be kind of appropriate.
The best deal that you can get on a house in Murfreesboro is the one right at the edge of Mount Trashmore. They've been trying to sell it for like years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know why you would want to live there.
No.
Apparently everybody feels the same way because it's the for sale sign's been there for the longest time.
Is Mount Trashmore a Superfund? You know what a Superfund is?
Yeah, super fun site.
Yeah, Superfund site. Is it a Superfund site? Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay. A Superfund site is a site where they have like dropped a bunch of stuff, chemicals and that kind of a thing, and that it's going to take forever for the groundwater and all that to,
I
better.
would imagine that's a safe bet.
Safe bet? Okay.
Yeah.
People live around Mount Trashmore?
They do.
Okay.
And there's a sulfur smell in the air sometimes.
Ugh.
People have said that. People have said there's a sulfur smell when it comes to Mount Trashmore.
That's just
It's
great.
true. It's free though. The smell is free.
So I could do 43 degrees at the Naked Statues in Nashville, the 42 degrees at Stumpy the Clock Tower in Mount Juliet, and it's 41 degrees at Mount Trashmore in Murfreesboro.
I like that.
Does it kind of ring?
It flows.
You know what the great thing is? For you folks that don't want to hear it, I promise you, I will forget this by tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Because I obsess over things. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be cool. Wait, what did I say that I was going to do? And I just like to make fun of Stumpy the Clock Tower. That's the only thing that I like to do is make fun of Stumpy.
That's the only thing you like to do?
I can, as a Mount Julietan, make fun of Stumpy.
It's the only thing you like to do.
Well, I like to do other things too.
You have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was fine with bowling.
I saw.
Went bowling.
I did.
Dan posted
Nice.
pictures of his shoes on Instagram.
I did.
Did they run out of ones with laces?
I don't know. They just gave me what I.
Okay.
They just gave
so
me
you're
whatever.
wearing
I saw the
shoes that other
Velcros and I was
people
like,
or- Other people wore those shoes, and
Well,
now you're going to put them on your feet?
yeah.
Did you go home and scrub?
It's a good question.
I'll be honest. I did go home and take a bath. So whatever. Why are you guys always bumming my ride, man? No matter what I do, you guys have something negative to say.
I
about
didn't
it.
have anything negative
what?
to say about bath time.
I had a. I'm gonna throw something at you, man.
What?
I had a Pop-Tart this morning for breakfast. Want to crap on that parade too? Go ahead.
High fructose corn syrup, Dan.
Yeah.
Do you know how much fat content and carbs are in
What
that
kind of
Pop-Tart?
What kind of Pop-Tart?
Yeah, what
Because I just
flavor?
want to let you know, s'mores is the only right answer.
Exactly.
Negatory. Blueberry is good.
No.
Blueberry and
Fake
chocolate
news.
is good.
No.
Fake
Dan.
news.
Dan.
It's s'mores followed by cinnamon in that order.
Nope,
And
you guys could be
strawberry.
wrong. It's cool. Do you know what they're gonna bastardize the Doritos and the Cheetos?
They're not going to bastardize them. They're going to make them better. Do you
That's
know that
right.
they actually have like organic food coloring free Doritos and Cheetos already? And
Do they-
I'm telling you, it's the best Dorito that you've ever had, the best Cheeto
Okay.
of
Do
all
they-
time.
Do they?
It's still made with real children's laughter, so
By
I
the
don't
way,
know what the issue is.
It's Cheeto, not Cheeto.
Excuse me.
It's Cheeto.
I learned how to pronounce these things from Kamala Harris. It's Dorito
Oh, that's
and
right.
Cheeto.
Okay, fair. All right. There's a picture on the screen if we'd like to share it. How would you like to describe the woman on the screen?
I think Sam just nailed it.
No, but there's people listening on the radio. So
On the what?
on the radio, the radio.
The Radidio.
The Radidio.
All right, so this is typical British woman, would you say?
Her teeth look too white to be totally typical British.
Okay, so above average British woman. She's an above average
Yeah.
British lad. Her name is Lorraine Forbes, and she's been looking for love.
In all the wrong places.
Yes, she has. She's been throwing messages in bottles into the sea in England.
Does she not know that there's like plenty of fish? Well, you know what? I think she got confused about what plenty of fish is.
So she's been doing this for years, and she finally got a letter back.
I don't see that there is a ring on that finger of hers. She
Nope.
got a letter back. What did the letter say?
The letter said, "Please stop throwing rubbish in the sea." It goes to Pevensey Bay or Norman's Bay one day later. Many thanks, a rubbish picker.
Oh, that is so funny.
So she said it was some cowardly litter picker who sent me the response.
Cowardly litter picker.
A cowardly litter picker.
Wow.
I think that it's really nasty. They were trying to make a point and teach me a lesson. I'll never know who the person is that sent me that letter. They refused to put their name to it. If they had, I would have demanded that they give me my 7 pounds back.
7 pounds?
Apparently, she would put money in the bottle so that way she could get letters back.
Oh, got it.
Wow.
Okay.
So she was...
If I get pulled off of YouTube for that.
Yeah.
She said
Hot
that
down.
she uses plastic bottles instead of glass because she doesn't want them to shatter in the water.
So she's throwing plastic into the ocean. That's
She
just
is.
great.
She is, but then in the most British response ever, she said, I probably won't do it again because I did realize that my name and my address is on that, and I'll probably get a knock on the door from the authorities for throwing rubbish into the sea.
They get a knock on their door for thinking about praying in front of an abortion
I was
clinic.
going to say, if she'd posted it to Facebook, she would have already been in jail.
Yeah.
So Amy has this friend in the UK.
Is that how they communicate? Message in a bottle?
No. And I, of course, because I can never get away from the news, I start probing all these questions, right? Like, so has she seen the rampaging Muslims of the UK? And Amy's like, can you please just shut up? I want to know, like, how does she avoid them? Because they're like everywhere.
You say that enough, and there's going to be a punk band in 2 or 3 years called the Rampaging Muslims.
You know what? They can have it. They can have it. And she's like, and so finally she did ask, because I was like, just because I'm fascinated about living in the UK.
What was her take on the rampaging Muslims?
She's nice and further out,
Okay.
but there's apparently a lot of rampaging Muslims in like Leeds, which is in the UK somewhere, and London, just all the big metropolitan areas. So
Yeah, not a fan.
was she? She wasn't a big fan of the rampaging Muslims either, and people getting knifed all the time. So when you think that life is, some people life in America, oy. Well, they got a lot worse in the UK.
It's true.
For now, fact check true.
Yep.
Do you think this woman will? Hey, Joan, do you think this woman will ever find love?
No, I do not.
We got dueling Joan.
I know, you seem to be contradicting yourself there, Joe.
Yes. No, I think she's going to be sitting around for a long time in her rocker.
A rocker.
Well, she sounds like she's off her rocker.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
It's off her rocker.
I'm sure that she could find a nice refugee that
Yeah.
would like to marry her for citizenship.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? What you're not understanding, Chris, is they don't care about citizenship. they just want to take over the country.
It's true. All right.
This is what my poor wife has to deal with when I'm.
Fair enough.
Yes. Did you catch the joke that I did?
Which
Joe,
joke?
did you catch the joke that I did when I was talking about contours? And they said in the copy it's fine lines. I don't think that these fault lines that are in my face are fine lines.
What do you think they are?
I think they're the Dan Andreas faults. Did you hear that? Instead of the San Andreas fault, I said the Dan Andreas fault.
Nice.
Isn't that good?
Nice.
No, not shut up. That was go have another drink, Nancy.
The vodka skeleton.
Anyway, so yeah. So Keith said challenge accepted.
Oh.
So he thinks he can get rid of these things. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah?
You kind of tell what my problem is? Amy proclaims that she loves these.
Oh.
The big lines on the side of my face. What would you? What? It's like what do you call the dogs that have the melting looking face?
Like the French bulldog kind
I
of
look
thing?
like a French bulldog or a schnauzer. That's what I feel like I look like.
And you're small, so
Oh, Joan.
I'm sorry.
Hey, everybody, Joan's back.
They are great lap dogs.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go.
Oh, Joan's back.
She is. We gotta love Joan.
Sorry, it was just right there. And,
Sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was, and I just left it hanging there. All right, very good.
Did you?
No, I didn't. Anyway, moving right along. What else do you have for this? Joan, please, how was your vacation?
It was great, Dan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tom says the funniest part of Jan's jokes, he has to explain them.
Yeah. I agree.
That's everybody's favorite part.
You know what's so funny about all this? Nothing. Nothing at all.
I would also argue, Tom, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When something has to be explained.
Sharpay.
Oh, a Shar-Pei.
Shar-Pei.
Those are mean dogs.
So do I get this fixed and
You're nowhere near as mean as a Shar-Pei.
If I get these taken care of, my lovely wife will no longer find me attractive because she somehow. Do you think she just says that she likes the lions, but she?
Yes.
Oh, dang! Jones back. Jones back.
I'm sorry. Why do we have her microphone on again?
Pot her down, Sam. Pot her down.
The lower my self-esteem goes, the happier Joan gets. Apparently, Joan is trying to do everying she can to make my day.
Dan, like, you set yourself up, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Am I not supposed to take the opportunity?
Do you know what I'm? Whatever.
What is it, Dan?
I'm moving. No, nothing. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to have the lines fixed. Amy will leave me, then I'm going to be stuck sending bottles with messages into like Old Hickory. So I'm at Old Hickory or what's the other one?
You're just going to be at the edge of Percy Priest Lake.
Percy Priest Lake, just waiting for somebody to return my bottle. Somebody will hit me over the head with it. Anyway, 8:52. Nash. I don't. This was a stupid segment.
I kind of liked it.
Jones back.
It is 8:52 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7. And Chris, what do you have for your show coming up?
We'll talk about the media spin on the Epstein files, and then we'll compare it to the reality of the Epstein files. We'll also talk about the Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump beef, and we'll give you some updates on immigration enforcement and the economy.
You know what's funny? We're talking about off the air about this this Congresswoman.
Plaskett, Stacey Plaskett.
Out of the Virgin Islands?
Yep.
Isn't it ironic, by the way, that she's the member out of the Virgin Islands and she was texting Epstein?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence, Dan.
You know what? I'm just saying, just a little observation on my part.
It's a happy little accident.
Happy little accident. By the way, the most overrated chip is the Dorito. Prove me wrong.
You're lying.
Nope.
Name another chip that was so popular among the American people that they turned it into a taco shell, Dan.
Fact check, true.
Okay.
Or a fire starter.
It's true.
A fire starter.
Yeah, you can use it as a fire starter.
A Dorito?
Yeah.
Ranch, right? Ranch flavored?
This is why you need to go with the organic version.
How do
that
you
way you don't have a combustible belly.
A Dorito. How do you use a Dorito as a fire starter? Can you rub two Doritos together and it starts a fire?
You need a little flint and a spark, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you want to put that in your stomach.
Right.
This is why we've been pushing the organic version, Dan.
It's high oil and fat content makes it very flammable. The chips are a good source of fuel, and their curved, thin shape allows air to flow between them.
So you eat a bunch of Doritos, and then you have gas, and then you explode the house? Is that what happens?
It sounds like a party trick with some Everclear and blowing flames.
I'm just saying.
Sounds like voice of experience to me.
No, Joan.
Okay.
Some of us are a little more couth than others.
Is that right?
Josh texted in right after you said Doritos is the worst chip. He goes, there it is. Dan's worst take.
Most overrated chip, I believe, is the Dorito. Do you have an official opinion?
The Funyun.
Barbecue chips.
Oh, who are you? Joan?
I think Lay's potato chips in general.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.